Now, let's see. Can I just put a fishing boat down randomly? Yes, I can, and it does work with my Pantheon. Interesting. All right, we'll come back to that in a second. First of all, Mausoleum. Science, faith, culture on all coast tiles in my Pingala city. Buttress boosted. Imhotep has another charge. I am now going to throw down Colossus. Don't think Pyramids is available. No, Pyramids has been taken. That would have been really fun. Colossus will do for now. And then maybe Apadana in my capital, you know? Temple of Artemis. Petra. We could get a crazy Petra city down here. I mean, that's actually a pretty tempting idea. Okay, we'll come back to that idea because I like that. City centre buildings on urban development treaty and culture bombs. I will put an extra vote in on both. Spend a little bit of my Diplo favour, but not all of it. Yes, 2 points for me. Lovely. Oh, Battle Sword is on fire. That wasn't me for once. I didn't start that fire. It's always been burning since the world has been turning. Major TJ King Kong. Iron in this city. Iron out my problems and build a harbour whilst you are at it. Thank you very much. Here is Colossus. +1 trade route capacity and more importantly, a giant bronze statue that makes me go, oh yeah. And Seahenge. Remember Seahenge? Look around his feet whence Colossus gets completed. Ignore the raging fires, look at the feet instead. Yes, not at the fire, at the feet. Not fire, at the feet. Beautiful. And Vatican is spreading the religion. Of course, this is a good way of getting it to my capital. We can actually get Feed the World to spread using this unholy mechanism. I like that a lot. Another Admiral, thank you very much. We're going to pick up this scientist as well. It's expensive, but she is actually going to be on a holy site that is going to be with a stave church, crazy in adjacency. So she'll be very handy indeed. Bam, ironworking boosted as well. It's all coming together. It's all coming together so nicely. Fez, that's science. Good to meet you, Fez. Send trade route. Okay. Where actually are you? Oh, down here. That's difficult to trade with you. You are landlocked. Give it a go. You never know what we can pull off. The holy site of Flying Dutch Burbs brings worshippers and pilgrims. You better believe it does. And watch this genius. +3 holy site? No. Let's get a shrine in there and then a stave church. Beautiful, beautiful stave church. Now this is +8. Haha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra woods. No work ethic today, but a lot of faith per turn. And once I use Hildegard to get the extra 8 science per turn in, we will spread Feed the World to the city. The city will grow really quickly. We'll be able to do a lot of fun stuff. Wabam! Feed the World's kicked in. Extra science as well. 120 per turn. Do you need to watch the religious victory screen? I do not want to let Yongle run away with this, but for now, I'm happy to have their religion. Lord Rich has another holy site. You know what this means? Another shrine, another stave church. Beautiful. All of the extra food. Monumentality is going to be very helpful in the next era. We're setting up for success later. One more envoy. Now Mittler joins me, giving me +2 on universities, which I haven't got any at the moment, but I'm generating a lot of gold, and I would like universities as soon as possible. Speaking of, everything that can be sold, sell it. Loved ones, family assets, possibly even children, whatever can be sold, sell it. There you go, 1,000 gold, buy the university, 6 science. We really are rushing all in on science right now to get to industrialization as soon as we can. We must be one with the fishes. It has to happen. I have 3 mercantile city-states giving 4 gold each to shipyards, so those are actually worth 12 gold per turn if I build them at the moment, and that's not even optimized. Oh, you have to love it. Monarchy time. Serfdom, natural philosophy. Let's rock back in harbor adjacency. Take natural philosophy out because Republican legacy is more important, having ecstatic cities with an extra 10% of all yields beats the +8. But now I can pop back in veterancy, which is really sorely missed, and go for retainers, which is really, really handy because that will be a great way of just forcing happiness in those last few cities, because I do have a bunch of troops just sitting around in various places. Like over here, a Viking longship, you go run over that, you run here, perfect. Everyone's happy. You have no option. You have to be happy. This is mandated. Capital has hit 10 population. It's plump, but this turn is city number 8. Forward settling into the center of the map quite considerably here, namely to pick up all of these beautiful turtles, and to give a wonderful city to Guberman, because of course we must. Also, researcher. We only have 4 population in Frankincense Battlezord at the moment, but that will get better with time. Next up, onto humanism. More settlers appearing. Every single single turn. We are rocking them in. You know what? The call of the huge Petra city is almost too much. I think we've got to go over and do it. My capital? You know what it needs? The Kamasi and also its own industry? A +5 industrial zone. Let's just put that together nice and quick. Thank you so much. Bengala, I also want you to have grants. Don't have many great people points in this city at the moment, but they will come in time. Don't worry about that. A great admiral gives me +1 sight range in all of my boats. Yes. Just stops Mapuche's missionaries from getting over to me. I don't want their religion. It sucks. It has divine inspiration. Boo! We don't want to see that in our empire. We don't at all. I don't think I ever really checked back in on the state of the map, but have you seen how much of it will flood? I am very serious about absolutely sinking this map into the ground. In fact, there's only a couple of cities I can see that aren't going to absolutely sink. A couple of the capitals. Yeah, no, we're gonna disintegrate this map. Nothing the AI is going to be able to do about it. We are going to summon the fish people. The galleys are back. I have walls up now, which is a little bit reassuring. I can upgrade to a caravel, which produces a very, very large city strength. But speaking of, let's get the berserker up at the same time. So I'm not too worried about being attacked here. It would just be a total inconvenience. It would be really annoying if that's what was going to happen. So I'll ask politely for them not to attack, and we'll see if that works. Let's just ask really, really nicely. That is the official policy of Ursa Rhine. Okay, they've moved through my land, but I don't know if that's just to get a better opportunity to attack me. We'll see how that goes. It's debatable. Is industrialization. We don't have 2 workshops at the moment because I've only got 1 industrial zone sorted. As I say, I've been focusing quite heavily on science this run. I think it's worked out as the better option for me. It does slow things down. I am trying to build Kilwa. I'm chopping it out. I've chopped about 5 forests and used the final charge of Imhotep. So if I don't get it, I'm going to be slightly miffed. That is a technical term. This, however, is city number 9. But people are too trusting. Look, I'm not trusting. I only have the best in my cities, such as Alex Frost, who has all of this cotton. Yeah. I mean, it takes them 158 turns to beat a harbor, but you know, it's fine. Immediately we get city number 10 down, an island to the northwest of my land. We want to stop Georgia from sprawling into this land if we can. That is a sprawling empire. Oh, we're everywhere. Portland, welcome. There is a small barb problem here. I won't lie to you. It does concern me a little bit, but I'm sure it'll be fine. City number 11, filling in the small islands. Island full of honey. Mushkin 24, welcome. I'd say you're sweet enough, but you could get sweeter. You're on trading with me. Mapuche is. Interesting. I can't ally with them, unfortunately. Almost is worth it. Who is the science leader at the moment? Coupe, followed by Yonglei, and then me. Anyone not friends with Mapuche? Because I don't feel like they're going to be friendly with me. Okay, we're going to go Georgia Military Alliance, and then go into Yonglei Religious Alliance because I want their religion. Amazing. Diplomatic service boosted. Let's put Vissel banking in just for extra trade production. Got naval infrastructure and serfdom. I want so many extra cards. The government's just not big enough. It's not good enough. Tier 3 governments, where are you? Where are you? Oh, I did it. Kilwa. Before turn 120, 3 envoys when built, and my Pangala city now has a 30% boost if I have 2 city-states suzerained of the same type and a 15% bonus across my empire if I do as well. It's really cool. So let's just have a quick look. We have the 2 suzerains of culture, 1 of faith, 1 of science, 1 of gold. I'm going to go for science. 1, 2, 3. Now this will give 15% science across my nation, but it'll also give extra science to libraries and universities. Watch this. 172, 210. Oh, we're getting sciencey now. Science for the science gods. And our trade routes to city-states now have 8 culture on them, which is just wonderful to see. There's industrialization. Oh yeah. Factory time. Coal power plant time. Did I get any coal? I don't see any. That is terrifically disappointing. Where is the coal? I've got enough settlers scattered around. We should be able to get some. 12 results. Perfect. That's right next to Widget and Silver. There's some just to the left of Mushkin. Portland has access to some if we can clear these barbs. And there's actually a double source just to the west of Portland as well. All right, that's plenty. Plenty of coal if you look for it. Except printing. Forbidden City might be needed here. I hate fighting Mapuche. I really do. Look at this. Caravel of 55 strength is almost exactly matched with a promotion with Mapuche. Look at that nonsense. Oh no, I don't want to have to deal with that. I really don't. That's just terrifying. Cardiff. Oh, for a second I thought I'd found it. Auckland, by the way, is now worth 2 production on all of my tiles. Yep, it's very, very important that I find Auckland if it exists in this game. I don't know if it will, probably won't, but if it does, we will claim it. Well, it is turn 116 and so far 0 carbon has been put into the atmosphere. That is unacceptable. So we are now working on railroads, and I'm gonna get the coal power plant sorted immediately, which apparently just gives me mercenaries. Cool. Oh yes, of course. 10% culture, that would be why. Well, for now, continue to spam settlers out, please. Thank you. And with my envoy, I think Hunza. This is one we want to get because +1 gold for every 5 tiles that a trade route travels. That's very easily stackable. But 4 golds on shipyards? I am producing a lot of shipyards. So let's make those beautifully effective. Oh, as soon as I was able to pick up Newton for extra university science, he gets taken. That is always the way. Never mind. More districts. That is very, very useful for my capital because the more districts I have, the better my Kamasi routes are going to be. And let me tell you, my Kamasi routes are already pretty good. Here are the aforementioned envoys. Let's pop into Hunza. This will give me 15% extra gold across my empire. 600 gold per turn now. Oh yes. Well, if you insist, I will happily have that much gold. Sahara, next to Coupe's land. Oh, that actually was where Pyramids was. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Steam power, +2 movement for all embarked units, and now we can of course build railroads. All of this is incredibly exciting. I've actually run out of trade routes that I can send to city-states from my capital. Apparently 8 was all it could do. Alright then. Well, I think Frankincense Battlesword, I'm gonna send the trade routes from you now. It is after all my Pingala city. Works out for me. An Armada. Oh, I think I'll be generating one of those soon. Lovely. We'll work on some encampments. In order to get the military engineers, we'll need military engineering. I sort of guess that makes sense. Pick up castles, stirrups. Let's just generate a little bit of extra science on the stuff that I didn't have. Time to vote. I would love another trade route. Let's do that. And resource-wise, I think amber is a really cool idea. Let's go for duplicates of that and see if we can force it through. It's unlikely to go through, but you never know. No amenities. Ah, never mind. What you can often do is if Coupe has like 14 copies of it, you can ask for all of them in trade deals because they just don't value them as highly as they should. Oh, look at that route. 29 gold with the food and production and the culture. Battlesword is going to become an absolute unit of a city. It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. City number 12. In you come. Go and grab the coal. Mixomatosis. It's all yours. Another beautiful trade route. Bandar Brunei this time. These are big routes. I love trading with city-states. There's just a simplicity to it. A beauty. Also going to buy this great merchant, namely because it boosts mercantilism, which is now unlocked, but I also realized that Mushkin has coal that's 4 tiles away, so that merchant was actually really quite handy. It's a rare and unusual choice for me, but I like it. This is city number 13, my most northern lefterly city. Of course, that is a term. It's a bit chilly, but it has spices and 2 sources of coal. Into Planet Janet, you are in charge of obtaining all of that coal for me. Flying Dutch burbs, I need the astronomy boost, so give yourself a university. Thank you. Oh, I tell you what, it's this beautiful 3 Inquiry Golden Age. It chains so well. It's such an efficient play. 7 production on the coal. Imagine if we were playing Steam Vicky. That's all I'm saying. The coal is turned on. The power now means that we will start polluting. Oh, and we need to pollute. We need to pollute heavily. Candy, where were you? Where are city-states appearing? Oh, they are right at the top of the map. We do have to make sure we send boats up to explore these areas. Just think if Auckland is up there and we don't find them, that would be the worst. Let's pick up Granada briefly. That now means we have 15% production on units, which is especially interesting in my capital once the encampment is finished. I'm spreading feed the world over towards Georgia with this merchant as well. Vatican is, I mean, it's not the most powerful city-state, but it is an absolute Mickey take and I love it. It's like a city-state that keeps poking people, you know? It's like, have my religion. Have my religion. And they're like, no, we don't want your religion. And you're like, tough. You unfortunately don't get to choose that. It just is. Oh, someone stole Hunza from me. But that's okay, because we're about to get astronomy and that'll boost colonialism, so we'll pick that up next turn. Maybe I can boost it if I get some stuff here. I'm going to be working on stables for siege equipment, just in case I need that later into the game. We'll pick up an armory, which is also a boost I need for gunpowder. Such a ridiculously small amount of culture you get from finishing buildings from that city-state. Never mind. We'll go gunpowder and own 2 crossbows. Do why only any archers? That is a valid question. The answer is probably going to be no. No archers at all. Maybe I should actually build some. This encampment being finished in my capital means that now I'm rocking a beautiful 6 extra production on top of all of the buildings when I start to build settlers. So it just helps me to spam them out faster. I'm also going to start printing extra fishing boats. Now, the problem with these fishing boats is even with my Pantheon, the shipyard is actually giving production to unimproved tiles. So this is a 2 food, 2 production, 1 gold tile, and it only goes to 3 food, 2 production, 3 gold. So it's adding 1 food and 2 gold. It's not the biggest thing, but it does give me housing. So I think I am going to want to do that in all of my tiles, but we're not talking about the hugest difference here. Alcazars, beautiful. There is colonialism. Republican legacy is now not giving me anything because my cities are just not happy enough. Retainers as well, a bit pointless. So let's go for craftsmen. And just for the fun of it, 50% production towards settlers. 3 turn settlers now in my capital. Lovely. 1 turn left on the medieval era. 495 turns on polar ice. No. It's nowhere near good enough. Let's start paying for some military engineers. We need to speed this up as quickly as we can. Also, continuing to settle more cities, creating a nice bank of cities between the people on the right and myself. Just stops forward settling a little bit. Tilki, get in here. I have some silk for you. Interestingly, my fishing boats are now giving me an extra production. So something has added to fishing boats and I didn't keep track of it. When do I get that? Oh, colonialism gives +1 production to fishing boats. There we go. I always forget that one. All right, perfect. Well, that works well. The Renaissance era. We are 1 era away from joining with our great sea friends under the ocean. I cannot wait, but we must be patient. Alas, I have lost about 1/3 of my science per turn. 3 inquiry is now gone. So what do? Do we get monumentality? That would really help me to push my gold and my faith spending. Hic Sunk Dracones would be really good if I was settling on something that wasn't this continent, which seems to be over pretty much the entire world. Yeah, that's not helpful. Reform the coinage? Even more gold? I think I'd rather spend my gold better. So let's go monumentality. Still though, pretty close. Kamasi. Look at this route. 13 culture on a single trade route. You have to just say, yes. Yes, I want more of that. More of that, please. Brussels bows to me. Of course it does. Not sure why. That's annoying. My coal mine has just been destroyed by a massive blizzard. Which way are you going? To the west? Oh, it might actually take out my other mine at the same time. An actual scientist. Yay! She is pretty useful because 3 boosts from the Renaissance or industrial eras is only a few options for me. So own 2 trebuchets, kill a unit of the night, knight a mine, 2 neighborhoods, 2 banks, 2 forts. Right, I could build 2 forts. I could in theory get a niter mine. The others are unlikely. Where is the niter? I really haven't found a lot of it. Probably all going to be gathered around the desert parts of the map. Yeah, no joke, none of it is around for me. Not unless I randomly settled, so that's not going to happen. I reckon we just roll the dice as it is. I mean, 2 trebuchets is something I could buy, but I don't think it's worth it. Like 2,000 gold just to get that 1 boost. I'd rather get the universities, I think. Let's just go through it. Economics is boosted. That's when I was working on sanitation. That's neighborhoods, military science, kill the night. Amazing. That's not a bad mix for me. And we have water parks and zoos and aquariums and all sorts of things. Can finally start making our cities a little bit happier than they have been. 2 more envoys into Venice. I'm just working on money making me money. The more money we have, the more money we make. The more money we need for later. It kind of makes sense in my head. I like that. 20 gold on a shipyard. Takes a little while to get our money back, but as I say, I never mind spending gold to make more gold. We should, however, focus a little bit now on making sure that we have builders everywhere. Builders are by far the best way of making sure you're getting 100% growth from a city, making sure it's really hitting its potential. I certainly have a lot of faith and a lot of gold kicking around now that can do all of that stuff. It's like Tilki, I just chopped out a lighthouse, get the shipyard in immediately. Suddenly, this city is absolutely rocking. James St. George is a little bit late, but hey, if he helps me to defeat barbarians, that's fine. The first railway. Yes, lots of these will be appearing around my empire soon. Very soon. Conservation. Let's get some national parks in. And this deserty island to the south. This is a perfect paradise that will definitely have oil. I'm calling it now. Sinakush, in you get. Give me a niter mine. Thank you. That's the boost I was looking for. Beautiful +4 as well. Ooh, yeah. Cardiff means I've now got 2 industrial city-states. 15% production towards wonders. Very helpful in my capital. I am definitely not building Forbidden City. No, don't worry about that at all. This settler has moved all the way to this side of my empire and is now going back. I cannot decide what they're doing with it, and it's really funny. I think it's because I'm settling so fast. AI doesn't really know what to do because every plan it makes, I totally interrupt. I find that amusing. I like that a lot. Looking at this Renaissance era, 32 turns, that's what we're now counting down towards. I want to get as close to global warming level 1 within that 32 turns as possible. So we currently producing 10 CO2 per turn. That effectively works out as 3 coal being burnt per turn, 1 from power, 2 from rail. I need to generate much more carbon than that. We need to probably 5 times it. So we're looking instead at generating about 15 coals worth of damage every turn. We're going to need more railroad and more power plants, but luckily it's exactly what we're building. We should be able to generate that pretty quickly, and I'm not far off now going for research labs. Now, the good thing about these, base load 3 power. Then we're going to go for seaports again. They don't have a power load themselves, but generally, maybe seaports aren't as exciting as I thought. What am I thinking of? Maybe we can go broadcast centers? Basically, I need anything that I can spam into a city that requires power. We'll work it out. Professional sports is a huge one, actually. Thinking about it, stadiums, 2 power. Aquatic centers, 2 power. Yeah, that's the sort of thing we need. Ironclads as well. That would be a pretty useful thing. Professional sports being boosted. Look at me, I'm getting ahead of myself. Getting all of these upgrades whilst we can. Right, that'll help. At least 1 ironclad out now. Zanzibar. Well above 1,000 gold per turn now. Lovely. Kabul. Look, there are city-states hidden up in the north of this map. You never know. Could be Auckland somewhere. You know what? Cardiff. I made a bit of a mistake getting Cardiff on suzerain, didn't I? That's renewable power. I'm now generating no CO2 at all from my power plants. Alright, fine. We'll do it instead via ironclads. I have a significant chunk of Viking longships that can be upgraded. It's a more ugly way of doing it, but it gets the job done. Speaking of, here's an admiral, and he himself can generate an ironclad, so that's even more. Welcome, Sean Kelly 001. Just need to get a lighthouse for this city, and I mean, already we've got some turbo fish. That's the sort of fish that will raise an entire city just on their fishy, watery backs. Forbidden city in my capital. This was worth delaying settler purchasing just for a second. Wildcard policy slot. I'm going to see if I can get as many of these as I can. Seeing as we have insanely strong production, might be able to get Patala Palace in. I can't get Patala Palace in, really? I thought at least one of these towers would be a mountain hill. No? I put my encampment right on top of where I was going to do that. Never mind. Well, now I can put Republican legacy back into the government. Do I want to do that? Ooh, well, Raj I think has got to go in. We need as much science as we can. Let's put natural philosophy in for now. 254 science. Yeah, once we're at the point where I think Republican legacy will do something, we'll pop it back in, but I don't think we're there just yet. Oh, that settler was stood right next to a flood. Yep, run away. You know, I think I'm just gonna let my alliances expire, just in case. No reason at all. I just, I don't feel like being necessarily overly friendly today. Let's just put it like that. Well, that's a good consulate. 24 gold in a single building. Nice. Another city down in the south of the map. I'm trying to settle near Great Barrier Reef. Lord Paulie, go and work some turtles for me. Thank you. There's replaceable parts, which means we're now only 4 turns away from chemistry. Did want Mendeleev. If China doesn't pick up Mendeleev in the next 4 turns, I think I can actually afford him, but we need to make sure that China has no money to be buying. So let's see if anything can be sold. We'll take all of China's money first. China heard me. China heard me. And they had enough faith to purchase out. Never mind. It was just worth a couple of turns. We can make do without. It's just a little bit annoying. My first national park. Hopefully the first of many. This keeps me happy whilst I try and sacrifice the world to the sea. I feel like I need to keep stating that because I feel like people are forgetting the true aim of this game. We don't really mind what else happens as long as the ancient drowned one is abated and happy. All is well, really. Oh, typical coupe. Like, you had all this land there and they chose the one tile island. You gotta respect that. Going for the campus. Beautiful. It's what you expect to see from the AI. It's what you hope to see from the AI. Chemistry. Let's get scientific. Research labs are only going to give me 8 science at the moment, but hey, it's all power supply and that's what we need here. So I've been saving up my gold for this very specific reason. Let's just buy them all in. Beautiful. And now where do we go? Ooh, let's find out about oil. That'd be another way of being able to just flood everything. More voting. Okay. I want scientific city-states. No, we have trade everywhere, don't we? Fewer grievances for me. I have no voting power. There's no way anything I want is going to go through here today. But Venetian Arsenal means that I don't mind mind. Receive a second naval unit every time you train 1. Ironclad? No. Ironclad times 2. More grievances. Oh. Fine. I guess that's fine. Okay, we're going to get rid of veterancy, and I'm now going to pop in press gangs. Now we're going to double print ironclads really quickly. Yes, it should be lovely. And look at this. We're right on the cusp of happiness. I reckon if I get rid of this 22 science and put in some more Republican legacy, 373 science. I don't think that's going to go down a lot. 390 actually went up. There you go. That is the benefit of keeping your cities happy. 10% extra yields in all of them. Keep them coming, I say. It looks like a desert city, but it's actually a beautiful city, and it's probably going to be full of aluminium. Probably. Maybe not, but we'll go for it. El Truand. Hey, you've got a pretty decent source of niters. It's a nice place. Don't worry about it. Just get yourself a harbor and all will be well. Right, now come on. Give me some city-states in this little zone of the map. You know you want to give me city-states. Agreed, engineer? Okay, you're not the best, but Felipe... Ah, that's actually quite good. You can rush Batala Palace. Valletta. Oh, that's really handy. I don't know if my unique seawall will be prayed in with the letter, but that is as good a find as we've found in a long time. All right, well, we need the letter in quickly. What do you want? Inspiration for mass media, which is to research radio. Oh, we're actually on the way to doing that, so maybe we can wait. More ironclads. We have a few now. This is really good. They would do almost no damage against Mapuche, but at least I have them. Population 20 city. It's a lot of people who definitely are not all about to get lost to sea. No, no, no. Don't know what you're thinking. Right, the letter, you are on side. Thank you so much. Let's save up my faith. We have hopefully only 16 turns now before the next stage. Fingers crossed. There's flight. Almost at radio. Almost. And we've got a lot of ironclads now. Oh yes. Might just make a little sea fleet of them. Can I fill every tile of this little sort of ocean gap? I reckon we can if we just continue printing them over and over and over. All to just produce beautiful, beautiful carbon. Now it would be better if I had city power. It generates double carbon per coal, but honestly, I'd rather just have at least something. This Southern Island now has a city ruled only by Choco Gamer. And look, there's actual rainforest down here. Mmm, delicious. Actually, I might even get you to build a commercial hub. Something a little bit different. We need at least one. Cultural heritage. Just trying to finish radio because I wanted to get the boost to mass media just for the envoy, but I'm now running out of things, so I'm going to have to actually just hard build it. Oh, no, I can do Reform Church. This is totally the most efficient thing to do. I won't hear otherwise. It's not efficient at all. 4 envoys. Ah, hello Zanzibar. I would love you to give me eternal happiness. Oh, so close to eternal happiness. So close. So close. I think I actually really do want to settle a city here because it's so ridiculously difficult to get to. And it's full of crabs. Oh yeah. Suddenly these island paradises. We should return to the chilly depths of the ocean. Keep these settlers coming. 3-turn settlers and flying Dutch burbs. We have inadvertently created a settler printing hub. Wonderful. It's exactly what you want to see. This desert island down to the south, again, full of fish, full of potential. Tired Planka, get in here. Coupe already has aluminium. That's slightly worrying, and actually is still 1 tech ahead of me. Inappropriate. Let me have this. Right, mass media boosted. Perfect. The best bit about Tired Planka is look at all of this beautiful national park land. Is one of the main reasons. Oh, and also aluminium as well. Do we make more national parks or do I wait for the next era? I'm gonna actually just try and make them. We'll make a couple more holy sites as we go, and as you can see, we're now almost totally using all of our coal per turn. I'm actually going to leave that there now. Steal a couple of tiles from city to city. Yeah, more holy sites. I actually think having an abundance of faith per turn is going to be really handy with the letter here. And rocketry. Let's get the spaceport and then refining. Actually, that could be why Coupe is ahead of me. I haven't got a lot of early techs. I have skipped over those quite drastically. Do I defend my own cities with my spies, or do I go and try and steal things? I'll have a look and see. Oh, there's only 1 commercial hub. No, 2. There's 800 gold and 1,000 gold. But I'm making so much. No, I'm going to protect my own cities. Every time a campus pops up, I can just immediately afford everything, including research labs. It's just like, get in, get in, get in. Perfect. Done. Excellent. Industrial zones. More. Starting to really put a lot of coal into the atmosphere, though. 44 tons. We need to do more, but it's a really, really good start. Bam. Eternal happiness. Madness, Tired Plonker will provide it all for everyone, and is also a really good source of aluminium as well. Haha! The opening of the Widget Canal brings renewed trade and prosperity. Yep, that's right. I built a canal. Now I can build an industrial zone next to it. Haha! Diabolical. James Young reveals oil. Actually, genuinely useful. Let's give this a go. Ballistics, electricity boosted, and a single source of oil under a national park. Good, good. Now, as I hoped, there is probably gonna... Yeah, there's some on the desert island, so this is perfect. We've got good coverage. We have tundra coverage. We have desert coverage. We've got pretty much everything that we could require. Atomic era rocketry. I mean, we still are in the Renaissance era, so ignore the fact that we're so far ahead. I'm sure it's fine. Ideology is an amazing improvement for me because now we can put 5-year plan in, which reinforces and opens up one of our military policy slots. In goes drill manuals to make sure we can get an infinite source of beautiful coal, and we're also going to put economic union back in because I didn't give you permission to leave my government. Suffrage and democracy or professional sports? We're going to go to democracy first because these trade routes with city-states need to be improved. It's just too good not to, but I do need some sewers to make that work. I don't have any cities that need housing, unbelievably, but there are some that are getting a little bit close, so we'll just pay for the sewers in these. Like Portland, you could use a little top-up, as well as Mushkin. There you go, boosted. Oh, hey, you trying to sabotage production? No, 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 no. You met the unstoppable force, the Iron Hammer of Manghild. Oh yes, absolutely brutal. Shut down. Mapuche just grabbed land and have now told me off for having my armies too close. It's like, my armies were here, okay? They were here long before you were, so I won't be having that. Alright, and now, spaceport time. We never said anything about staying on this planet. No, no, no. We're going to sacrifice it to the elder undersea god, and then we're going to run. I think that's the safe and fair thing to do. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, The Nickerman, Daddy Bear Todd, Toon General, Civilized, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Waller Bear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Charlie Bears, Flying Dutch Burbs, Nate the Great, Alex Frost, Mean Penguin, Interplanet Janet, Frankincense Battlezord, Sleepy Lab, Bookaluk 79, Bob Loblaw, Davalex, Geography Teacher, Juvara, Hal Carnassus, Morax, Sinikush, Kappa Yobby Virani, Echo Bear. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!